We're going to take a gentle Hatha yoga class. Um, so you might want to grab yourself a strap and one or two blocks if you've got them. So the class will be focusing on cultivating a sense of balance. So if you want to come to your mats, come to a comfortable seated position, and then take a moment to just check in and notice your body as you're sitting here. And you can bring your thumbs and your index fingers together into Prithvi Mudra. So this mudra cultivates that sense of balance as well. And you can allow your hands to just rest on your laps here, on your knees even. Let your shoulders relax. So as you close your eyes, tune into that connection, focus your mind into that connection between your thumbs and your index fingers. Allow the other fingers to just release. Quietening down as you settle into your seat here. And then perhaps bring your awareness to noticing the meeting points between your body and the ground. Without trying to change anything, just observing the sensations here. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Again, without trying to change anything, just notice your breath. Follow the rise and fall of your breath. Becoming aware of how your body moves as you're breathing in and out. Perhaps you can feel your belly moving. Perhaps you can feel your rib cage moving. Perhaps you can feel your shoulders moving. And then we'll take from here a few rounds of 3-part breathing or Dirga Pranayama, bringing your hands to your belly and just taking a few breaths. Now really breathing into your belly here, allowing the belly to move in and out as you breathe. Bringing your hands up to your rib cage so your fingertips are touching. Inhaling, allowing the rib cage to expand. Exhaling to release. And then bring your hands up to your shoulders, your collarbones, taking a few full breaths here. Allowing the shoulders to rise as you inhale and to fall as you exhale. And then taking your hands back down, and we'll see if we can take a full breath, breathing into our belly, our rib cage, our collarbones, and then all the way back out. So breathing from the belly to the rib cage to the collarbones in one full breath. Exhaling all the way back out. And one more time, breathing from your belly all the way up to the rib cage, to the collarbones, and exhaling all the way back down and out. So taking a moment here, feeling your body as you're sitting here, noticing how it feels now compared to perhaps when you started. So we've let go of this Prithvi Mudra, and we're just going to come to sitting and take a few movements from the Pavanmuktasana series, or Pavanmuktasana series, sorry. So you can just straighten your legs out, sitting upright, and we're just going to bend and flex our toes to begin with. And then move through the ankles. And you can move with the breath. And then we're just going to draw the right knee in and stretch it out and bring it back down. So exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, extend the leg out and bring it back down. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale the leg out and back down. And one more time, exhale the knee in. Inhale it back out. Swap sides. Exhale the left knee in. Inhale the leg out and back down. Exhale the leg in. Inhale, releasing it out and back down. Couple more times. And last one, draw that leg in and back down. And then moving up to our hands, we're just gonna, you can come back to sitting with your legs crossed if you prefer. We're just gonna stretch the fingers out. Exhale to clench the fists. Inhale, stretch the fingers out. Exhale, clench the fists. Inhale, stretch the fingers out. Exhale, clench the fists. One more time. And clench the fist, and then circle the wrists one way. Circle the wrists the opposite way. Take the hands to the shoulders, circle the shoulders. And then circle the shoulders the opposite way. And then just take your hands back down. So from our seated position, we're going to take a few movements with the breath now. So as you inhale, lift your right arm up. In fact, let's come this way. So lift the right arm up. Exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale to come back up. Reach the left arm up. Exhale to lean over to the right. Inhaling back up. One more time. Exhaling over to the left. Grounding through your right sitting bone. Inhale to come back up. Exhaling over to the right. And then as you come up this time, take your left hand to the right side of the head and just allow the head to draw over to the left. Let your right shoulder release. Just stretching through the neck. And then coming back up, swap sides. So reach your right arm up. Lean as you exhale over to the left, and then take the hand to the left side of the head. As you come up, draw the head gently over to your right shoulder. Let your left shoulder relax. And then inhale to come all the way back up. So from here, let's take our hands in front of us, come up to to all fours, sorry. So hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are under your hips. We'll take a couple of cat and cow. So as you inhale, arch your back gently towards the ground, draw your chest and heart forwards, and then exhale to round your back, looking towards your thighs. So a couple more times, inhale to arch your back, draw your chest and heart forwards. Exhale to round your back. Once more, inhale to arch. And exhale to round your back. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, stretch back into downward facing dog. And you can walk through the legs here a couple of times or a few times, just bending one knee then the other. And then we're going to walk the feet all the way up to the hands, folding into the legs. And as you inhale, ground through the feet, come all the way up to standing, reaching your arms up. And exhale to take your hands back down. So coming to the front of your mat, we're going to take a few rounds of sun salutation, Surya Namaskar, and we're going to take the Hatha variation of this. So taking your feet together, bring your hands by your side. And as you inhale, reach the arms up. Take a little bit of a back bend as you bring the arms overhead. And then exhale to fold all the way forward. As you inhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the knee. Lift your chest and heart forwards. Step your left foot back. Exhaling to lower the knees, chest and chin, or just bring the knees down lower gently to the ground. Inhale to lift your chest and heart into cobra. So press through the tops of your feet, press through your hands, shoulders down, chest forwards. Tuck your toes under, exhale back into downward facing dog. So spread your fingers, press your thighs back, lift through your sitting bones. Roll your shoulders open and imagine you're trying to split your mat in two here. So there's that energy of the hands moving forwards, feet moving back, sitting bones lifting. Lower your left knee, step your right foot up. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to step your left foot up, folding into your legs. And then as you inhale, reach your arms up again, a little back bend. And exhale, your hands back down. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale the arms up, arching slightly back. Exhale to fold forwards. This time we lead with the left foot. So left foot back, lower the knee. Inhale to lift your chest. Step the right foot back. Exhale to lower down, knees, chest and chin, or gently to the ground. Inhale to lift to cobra. So press into the tops of your hands, of your feet, sorry, and your hands. Imagine you're trying to squeeze your thumbs towards each other. Tuck your toes under. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Again, spread the fingers. You can bend the knees here, lift through the sitting bones a bit more, or keep the legs straight. And then lower to your right knee. Inhale, step your left foot up, lift your chest. Exhale to step your right foot, folding into your legs. Inhale, come all the way up, arching back slightly. And then exhale, your hands back down. So we do it one more time on each side. So taking your feet together. Inhale, reach your arms up, arching back. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhaling, step your right foot back, lower the knee, lift your chest. Step your left foot back. Exhale to lower to your belly. Inhale to lift up to cobra, tops of the feet press. Tuck your toes under. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, lift the sitting bones, lower your left knee. Inhale, step your right foot up, lifting your chest. Step your left foot up. Exhale to fold into your legs. Inhale, reaching your arms up overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, your hands back down. Inhale, reach your arms up, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale the left foot back, lower the knee, lift your chest. Right foot back, lower down to your belly as you exhale. Inhale to cobra, shoulders down, chest and heart forwards. Tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right knee down, stepping your left foot up, lifting your chest. Exhale the right foot up, fold into your legs. Inhale, arms overhead, slight back bend. And exhale, back to standing. So taking your hands by your side, let your shoulders release. Coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. And bring your feet so that they're either together or a tiny bit apart. And you can take your hands by your side, palms facing forwards if that feels more comfortable. And just really press down into your big toes, into your little toes, into your heels. Lengthen up through the top of your head. Feel the neutral pelvis. So maybe lifting your hip bones a little bit to feel that. Let your shoulders soften. So coming back to the balance of Tadasana, the mountain. Feeling stable and balanced in that pose, in that position. Drawing that energy up through the ground, through your feet. And then from here, we're going to step our right foot forwards, left foot back. So bend your right knee. Left foot is in line with the short side of the mat. Maybe you can turn it in a tiny bit if that feels more comfortable. And just bend your left knee. Sink down into your hips here. Press into the outside edge of your left foot. Take your arms out wide. Turn your gaze over your right hand. See if you can bend the right knee a little bit more. Try and stack your shoulders over your hips. Taking a few breaths here. With each exhale, maybe see if you can bend your front knee and sink a little bit lower. Gazing over that front hand, keeping that slight lift through the lower belly, through Mula Bandha. And then inhale to come back Straighten the front leg. Turn your feet the opposite way, so you're facing the back of your mat. Bend your left knee. Press into the outside edge of your right foot. And your left heel is lined up with the heel or the arch of the right foot. Sink down into your hips here. Turn your gaze over your left hand. So this left thigh is drawing out towards the little toe edge of your mat, kind of pressing out a little bit rather than rolling in. Exhale, see if you can bend your front knee a tiny bit more. Couple more breaths here. Strong in your legs. And then inhale to come all the way back up and just step your feet back to the front of your mat. Take a moment in Tadasana again, feeling that balance and grounding of the pose. And then we're going to step our feet back out wide and come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So the left foot again is lined up with the short side of the mat, maybe turned in a little bit more if that feels more comfortable. Right heel is lined up with the heel or the arch of your left foot pointing forwards, and keep this right leg straight this time. So you can take a tiny bend to the knee if that feels more comfortable, or if you know that your knees hyperextend. Keep pressing firmly into that big toe as well. So arms out wide. Inhale to reach forwards over your right leg. And as you exhale, bring that right hand down. Keep pressing into the outside edge of your left foot. Roll your right shoulder back so there's this rotation through the upper body. Your left shoulder back, sorry, and reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. So if you look down at your right shoulder, that should be in line with your right thigh, and your left shoulder should be kind of in line with your right. Leaning back slightly towards this imaginary wall behind you as you stretch this top arm up towards the ceiling, gazing up towards that hand. Press down through your feet. Inhale to come all the way back up. Turn your feet the opposite way. So your left heel is in line with the heel or the arch of your right foot, arms outstretched. Press into the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale to stretch forwards over your left leg. Take the hand down. Rotate through the upper body, reaching your right hand towards the ceiling. Again, you can take a little look at your left shoulder, lining it up with your thigh. Take a look at your right shoulder. Try and kind of keep that right shoulder in line with your left. Inhale to stretch up through the right hand. Exhale to reach down through the left. And here, as you could have done on the other side, if you need to, you can use a block here, or you could just have your hands on the leg. So you don't have to come down that low. If you find your top shoulder is collapsing here, come up a little bit higher. Inhale to come all the way back up. Turn your feet this time to parallel. So press into the outside edges of your feet. And we're going to so again, you can take your block, if you've got a block, pop it on the ground in front of you. Take an inhale, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, folding forwards, bring your hands towards that block or bring them to the ground, wherever it feels more comfortable. Take an inhale to lift your sitting bones, and you can even walk the fingers forwards here. Take the weight into the toes slightly, and then as you exhale, fold into your legs. Start to walk the hands back so that if you drew a line between your toes, your hands are kind of on that line. Keep pressing into the outside edges of your feet. Inhale to lift through your sitting bones. Chest and heart draws forwards. Exhale to fold in towards your legs. Couple more breaths here. Working through the feet, through the legs. And then inhaling to come back up. You can heel toe your feet in a little bit. Bend the knees slightly, take your hands to your hips. Inhale to come up, and then we're going to lower down into goddess. So turn the heels in, toes out, and your feet are just a bit wider than your hips. Inhale to reach your arms up, take your palms together, and as you exhale, come down to goddess pose. So press those thighs out. Sink down into your hips and watch your chest doesn't collapse forward. So bring the chest back over your hips. Press into your feet. Take a couple more breaths here. So getting nice and strong in the legs. And then inhale to come all the way back up and just turn and step your feet back again to the front of your mat. So coming back to Tadasana, back to mountain pose to reset again. So just feeling that connection between the ground and your feet. Breathing gently here. So this time we're going to step our left foot back, come into warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. So right foot points forwards and your feet are kind of hips width apart. So bend that right knee. Inhale to take your arms up overhead. As you exhale, see if you can sink a little bit lower. Try and keep your back leg straight. Press into the outside edge of your back foot. Draw your front hip back slightly. Scissor your thighs in towards each other. Try not to have your hands leaning forwards too much. See if you can bring the arms back. Reach through your fingers. Take another breath. Here. And then inhale to step your feet back up to the front of your mat. Take a little walk through your legs and we'll swap to the other side. So right foot back and that right foot's turned in deeply. Feet about hips width apart. Bend your left knee. Draw your right hip and shoulder towards the front. Reach your arms up again overhead. See if you can bend your left knee whilst pressing through the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale to stretch up, exhaling to relax through your shoulders. Keep breathing here. Again, feeling the ground beneath your feet. Feeling your breath rising towards your fingertips as you inhale. Exhaling to sink a bit lower. And then as you inhale, step your feet back again to the front of your mat. So resetting one more time in Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to take the feet together. Maybe a little bit apart if that feels more comfortable for you. So do what works for you. And then bending the knees, let's see if we can sit back into chair pose. Utkatasana. So you want to send your thighs back, send your sitting bones back. See if you can sink a bit lower. Either keep your hands on your thighs or take your hands out in front or reach your hands up overhead. So with chair pose, as you press your feet down, imagine you're trying to push your feet apart, but at the same time you're trying to grip an imaginary block between your thighs. Keep a slight lift through the belly, engaging Mula Bandha, lifting through the pelvic floor, the lower belly. Taking another breath here. And then inhale to straighten your legs. And exhale, folding forwards. Just release into your legs for a moment. Maybe bending the knees if this feels more comfortable. Maybe even taking your hands onto a block again. So once more, bend the knees. Take your hands up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Watch you're not arching into your lower back. So maybe slightly tilt the pelvis back. And then inhale, press through the feet. Exhale your hands back to come to mountain Tadasana again. So from here, we're going to come into eagle pose, a balancing pose. Thinking about this intention of cultivating balance in our practice. So eagle pose Garudasana works with our legs in a similar position to chair, Utkatasana. So we'll take the arms first. So if you bring your right arm up, cross your left arm over the top, and you can give your shoulders, kind of give yourself a little hug, and then lift the hands up. And if you can, interlink your thumbs. If you can't, and you've got a strap, you can pop a strap between your hands instead. So do what works for you. Bending your knees, you can stay here in chair pose, or take the weight into your left foot and then take your right leg and cross it over your left. Squeeze your thighs together. Either stay here with your right foot on the ground or see if you can hook your right foot around your left calf. Draw your elbows away from each other, away from you. Focus on a point in front of you, your drishti point, to help you to keep your balance. Squeeze through your thighs. Keep breathing here. Come out of this pose whenever you feel you need to. So you want to try and keep your hips level here rather than kind of one lifting. And then when you're ready, come back up to stand, release your arms, give your shoulders a little roll. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So taking your right arm, or your left arm up, sorry, cross your right arm over the top this time. And again, you can give yourself a little hug. See if you can interlink the hands. Bend your knees to sit back down into chair, and then either stay here or cross your left leg over your right, keeping the toes on the ground, or hook the foot around your calf. So hips facing forwards, drawing the elbows away, gazing in front of you, trying not to crunch in. So see if you can lift the elbows up a little bit. Staying here for as long as it feels comfortable, coming out of the pose whenever you feel you need to. And then inhale to come back up. Take your arms out wide and just give them a little roll. And then we're going to come to the front of our mat. Take your hands behind you, interlinking your fingers. So roll your shoulders back. As we've just kind of closed off the shoulders and the chest, we're going to open them, stretch them the opposite way. So interlinking your hands, roll your shoulders back. Inhale to lift your chest, press into your feet. And then as you exhale, hinging at your hips, fold forwards into Uttanasana, forward fold, allowing the arms to reach away from the back here. So if you struggle to interlink your hands here, you can take a strap between the hands instead, which some people find easier. Taking another breath here and then bending the knees. Just take your hands down to the ground and slowly step your feet to the back of your mat. Lower yourself all the way down to your belly. So from here, we'll come up into Cobra. Again, another asana to open up through the chest after having closed it. So thinking about cultivating balance in the body and kind of balancing out, neutralizing any actions, any tension here. So spread your fingers, hands under your shoulders, press into the tops of your feet. As you inhale, press through the tops of your thighs, lift your chest and draw your chest and heart forwards into Cobra. So your hands are really active here. As you press the hands down, you're kind of hugging the thumbs in towards each other, and you should hopefully feel, and as you press into the tops of your feet, feel like it's easier to lift higher. Exhale to come back down. So it's not a competition. You don't have to lift really high, but just see if you can notice that difference. So press firmly into the tops of your feet, firmly through your hands. Squeeze your thumbs almost into the ground and almost towards each other. So there's a bit of traction there, and then inhale, lift your chest forwards and up. So your glutes are engaged a bit here as well, your buttocks. Exhale, come all the way back down. Rest your hands one on top of the other. Let your lower back rock from side to side. And then take your hands by your side or come up into a locust. So inhale to lift your legs straight. If you can, lift your chest. If you can, also lift your arms. Reach your fingers back, reach your toes back, reach your chest and heart forwards. Breathing here. So you can take your elbows out or your arms out to cactus. You can reach your arms in front. Do what feels comfortable for you and your body. And then exhale, release all the way back down. Again, let your lower back rock from side to side. And from here, take your hands underneath you. Lift yourself up and press back slowly into child's pose. So knees apart towards the edges of your mat, toes together, stretch all the way back, bringing your thighs back towards your heels. Forehead comes down towards your mat. And just walk your hands forward, so getting a nice stretch through the back here. As you walk your hands forwards through the arms, through the armpits. And then slowly walk your hands all the way back up, and we'll swing the legs out in front to come to seated. So bring your hands by your side. Let your shoulders relax. So coming to Dandasana. So like our seated variation of Tadasana, almost like another resetting pose here. And if you find you're rounding your back, it doesn't feel comfortable, your knees, your legs feel uncomfortable, you can sit up on a block here, or you can stay sitting on the mat but pop a block underneath your knees so you're bending your knees. So just adjust as you need to. And then toes pointing up, just making sure you're sitting forwards on your sitting bones, which does help when you fold forwards. As you inhale, lift your arms. As you exhale, fold forwards into Paschimottanasana. So take your hands towards your feet. And again, if they don't reach, you can grab your strap, pop that strap around the balls of your feet. So holding onto the strap like it's an extension of your arms, really. As you inhale, lift your chest. Exhaling, draw your chest forwards and kind of pull on that strap or pull on your feet to bring your shoulders back. Keep breathing here, pressing the balls of the feet away from you. Using your breath to perhaps fold in a little bit more. So just noticing what you're feeling in your body. Taking another couple of breaths. And if your back starts to round, draw the chest and heart forwards a little bit more. And then slowly walk your hands all the way back up. So bend your right leg up. Hug your right leg with your left arm. Take your right hand to the ground behind you. As you keep your left foot pointing up. And as you inhale, stretch up through your spine. Exhale, turn through your whole body gently to your right. So keep pressing into your right foot. Hug the leg with your left arm. If you can take this left arm over the right thigh. Maybe press the arm and the leg towards each other. Roll your right shoulder back. See if you can twist a bit more. If that feels awkward, just stay hugging the leg. Don't need to push anything here. Take another breath in. Stretching up through the top of your head. Exhaling to turn, maybe bringing your gaze behind you, over your shoulder. And then inhale to come back to the center, straightening your right leg out. Bend your left leg. So hug your left leg with your right arm. Take your left hand to the ground behind you. Inhale to stretch up through your spine. Exhale, turn through your whole body. And again, you can either hug the arm with your right thigh, the leg, sorry, with your right thigh, or you can bring your right arm over your left leg. Inhale to stretch up, exhale to twist. Again, come to whichever version or variation feels more comfortable for you. Watch you're not leaning or collapsing into that left arm. So try and keep your left arm straight and your shoulder kind of upright, your body upright. Maybe see if you can turn a little bit more as you breathe out. And then inhale to come all the way back to the center. And we're going to take the soles of the feet together to come into Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, thighs releasing. And again, if you've got blocks, if you've got 2 blocks, you might want to pop blocks underneath your thighs here. You don't have to. Sometimes it feels comfortable to have something to kind of release your thighs into. And then just opening your feet out so you can kind of see the soles of your feet almost. Lift your chest as you inhale. Exhale, see if you can fold forwards. Watching if you start to round your back. Just working with drawing the chest forwards, keeping that back as straight, as flat as you can without kind of over worrying about it. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then inhaling to come back up. Take the legs together. And we're going to come down onto our backs now. So coming all the way down, hug your knees in towards you. Take a little rock from side to side. And then just bring your feet to the ground and we'll take a couple of bridges. So feet hips width apart, feet underneath your knees. As you inhale, lift your hips up. Walk your arms together underneath you, interlinking your hands, and really press down through your feet, through your heels, through your arms. As you lift your hips, imagine you're trying to push your shins kind of that way, backwards, or towards your feet. Push through the heels. Breathing here, and then exhale to come all the way back down. Let your knees drop a couple of times from side to side. Again, coming back. Up, lifting up through your hips, walking your arms underneath you, really drawing the shoulder blades together, pressing through the backs of the arms, the hands, the feet. So your foundations are nice and strong here, helping you to feel more balanced in this pose. The firmer or the more grounded our foundations are, the more balanced we tend to feel. So when you're ready, exhale to release back down. Let your knees drop again from side to side. And then take the feet together. Let your knees release all the way down to the right. Take your arms out to the side. Turn your gaze to your left just to take a little twist here. Taking a couple more breaths. Breathing into the left side of your body. And then lifting your knees back up, let them roll over to the left. Turning your gaze to the right. So breathing into the right side of your body. And then lifting your knees back up. Before we come into Shavasana, we're going to roll over to the right and come up slowly to sitting and take a little bit of pranayama. So come to a comfortable seated position again. And we're going to take a few rounds of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So this is a great way to cultivate balance in our bodies. And the class has been focused around a sense of balance. And so Nadi Shodhana helps to balance the right and left side of our bodies, of our brains, of our nadis. So to practice Nadi Shodhana, you want to take your right hand and you're going to close or bring your index fingers and thumbs to in between your eyebrows. Take your fourth and fifth finger over your left nostril and the thumb over your right nostril. So we start, in fact, I'm going to go the other way. So we start by breathing in through our left nostril. So I'm not going to mirror you with this because it's too confusing for my little brain. So Thumb goes over your right nostril, index and middle finger go over in between your eyebrows. Fourth and fifth finger go over your left nostril. So closing your right nostril, take an inhale through the left. Close your left nostril, open the right, and exhale. Inhale through the right. Closing that nostril, opening the left, and exhaling. So you can bring your left hand back into Prithi Mudra, thumb and index finger touching if you want to. And as we continue with these rounds of Nadi Shodhana, go at your own pace. I'm not going to keep a breath count or stipulate a certain length of time that you should breathe in and out or pause. So go at your own pace and just try and find that natural balanced rhythm that works for you. So thumb over the right nostril, index fingers and middle finger in between your eyebrows. Take an inhale through the left. Close the left nostril, open the right, exhale. Inhaling through the right. Close. Open the left and exhale. Inhale through the left. Close. Open the right and exhale. Inhale through the right. Close. Open the left and exhale. Inhaling through the left. Close. Open the right. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Close. Open the left and exhale fully, bringing your hands back down. You can take Prithi Mudra with the other hand as well if you want. Closing your eyes or lowering your gaze and just focusing in on your breath. Again, if you can notice any difference in how you feel after practicing Nadi Shodhana. And then we're going to take one more round. So bringing your right hand back up, close your right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close. Open the right. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Close. Open the left. Exhale. Inhale through the left. Close. Open the right. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Close. Open the left and exhale. Again, inhaling through the left. Close. Open the right and exhale. Inhaling through the right. Close. Open the left and exhale. And last one, inhaling through the left. Close. Open the right and exhale. And inhaling through the right. Close. And open the left nostril and exhale fully. Again, just taking your hands back into Prithi Mudra. Closing your eyes for a few more moments. And then when you're ready, make your way down to Shavasana. So down to lying on your backs. Taking your feet out about as wide as your mat. Bringing your hands to rest, palms facing up. Or bring them to rest on your belly. Or one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. So just closing your eyes for a few moments here. And you can stop the recording. You can grab a blanket or a jumper if you want to, just to get yourself comfortable before you come kind of down into Shavasana. So when you're settled in Shavasana, just close your eyes. Bring your awareness back to noticing the meeting points between your body and the ground. And allow yourself to sink into this, allowing the weight of your body to be balanced by the ground supporting you. So you're not going anywhere, you're not falling. You're fully supported in this position. Let your shoulders sink into your mat. Let your jaw soften. Your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Allow your thighs to become heavy, your feet to flop out. And just noticing as you're lying here, once more, the movement of your breath through your body. Noticing the sensations of that movement through your belly, your ribs, your chest. You might even notice the breath in the nostrils. You might feel the warmth of the breath on the top of your lips. Just observe what you can feel as you're lying here. And if your mind starts to wander off, see if you can bring it back to just following your breath. Finding that natural balance of your breath, the natural rhythm. Taking a few more moments here. Just enjoying that quiet space. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can stay here a bit longer if you want to. Or when you're ready in your own time, hug your knees in towards you. Take a little rock from side to side. And then gently roll yourself over to your right and come up to sitting. So keeping your eyes closed if you want to, you can take your hands, just rub them together gently, and then bring your hands over your eyes, feeling that warmth of your hands as you slowly blink your eyes open, and then gently bring your hands back down. So we're going to finish the class with an Om. So taking a full breath in and a full breath out, and then we'll Om. So taking a breath in. Ah. And when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes if they're not open. Thank you. Hope that you enjoyed that class.